Okay, so the Eggplant is in Easterbury Canals. It's another free one. Just run along, and eventually next to one of these plants on the right side, you will just see an egg next to it. It kind of shows up randomly. See, it's right there. There you go. So it's next to one of those plants, and then you'll just find it randomly. It's a free one. Just wander around, and eventually you will find it. Okay, so this Eggchup egg is a little bit annoying, and it's found in Easterbury Canals. Basically, in the beginning, in this open area, there's a bunch of these little eggs that spawn, but as soon as you run towards them, they run away from you. But the trick is to get them to, go up against a building. You have to basically trap them up against the building like I did. The corner where the stairs, that's kind of a good spot. So basically, try to get them over there, and then you can get yourself an Eggchup, which is like ketchup. Once you catch up to it, you got it. You're good to go. Okay, so the sugar crystal egg is in Easterbury Canal, so you're going to want to make sure you go to that level. In the beginning, you just kind of head back and then remember this path that we took earlier, past the ice cream shop and keep going past even further, and you'll see this blue area. This is the candy shop. You're going to talk to Carol Malapple, get it Caramel Malapple, like caramel apple, and then basically go downstairs, and then there's this little trail that you have to run. It's a little bit of an obby. Halfway through, you'll find a piece of sugar, and then you just keep going. You're going to do a lot of double jumping and diving, so make sure you know how to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to make those jumps. And then just bring the sugar upstairs, up the ladder, and bring it over to Carol, and then give it to her, and she will give you the sugar crystal egg. So that is pretty straightforward. That is how to get the sugar crystal egg, and very easy to do. Okay, here I'm going to show you how to get the Demeaning Egg. Basically, I just walked out of the chocolate factory. Also, just think that this guy is located across from the ice cream place. See the pink ice cream across the way? So the pink ice cream place, you go talk to Jeremy. See how it's right there across? And then he gives you this egg. But this egg makes you move around all weird. It's very difficult to hold, and you drop it every 10 seconds. And if you drop it and then don't pick it up within 5 seconds, then it disappears, and you got to go back to Jeremy and get the egg. But basically, follow this path. You need to take this egg over to the spa, and the spa is basically across the river from where you start out. See this little white building right here, white and black? Basically, you got to take this egg in there and then bring him into the pool, and then he's going to chill out, and then you get yourself the Demeaning Egg. It's kind of a pain because it really pushes you around, so it might take a few attempts to get used to, but then that's the Demeaning Egg. Okay, to get the Mad Scientist egg, you're going to want to start out in Easterbury Canals, and this is where you start from the spawn. There's this little teleporter, so follow where I went in this game, and then it's going to teleport you to this place called Stein's Basement. There's like this mad scientist down there, and he's got some creepy rat that you need to cage up. So the doors won't open yet. You might have to walk around. Just remember there's a teleporter there, because the rat might glitch out a couple times, because I've had him glitch like on the stairs. So have him follow you around the room. There are 3 red squares on the floor, and you want to have him follow you into those squares. So have him go onto that square, and then he gets put into a cage for a little while, and then there are 2 other squares up at the top. I looked around, I thought there was going to be 4 squares, but it looks like there's 3. So get him to follow you up on the top. You almost glitched there, and then have him go over the second red square, and then just wait over on the other side and have him come over to the red square again. And then after you do that 3 times, then you will get rewarded with the Mad Scientist egg. To get the Club Egg Skewer egg, you want to go to Easterbury Canals and then follow this path along here. It's not too far, but then you want to get to, I believe, Chunky's Barbecue in there. Go in there, talk to Paul inside. He's got a piece of ice. You grab the ice and then you put it on the grill, and then basically you have to solve this little puzzle here, and just watch how I do it, and then look at the final view, and then try to make it look like that. You have to complete each part, and then you press the red button. After you press the red button, whichever ones you have wrong will turn red. See how that one turns red? So I had to fix that one, and that's the one that I need to fix. And then you just go through. You're trying to connect all of these so that all the steam can go through the whole system. Just watch this video and see how I do it. Okay, so then you press the final button, and then after you press the button and it's solved, you will get the Club Egg Skewer egg. Egg didn't pop up for me, but it's in my inventory, so that is how you get the Club Egg Skewer egg in Easterbury Canals. Okay, so the feast egg is in Easterbury Canals. Go to this little restaurant here that's just across the bridge from where you spawn. You talk to the chef, and then basically in here, you've got plates, you've got meat, you've got lettuce, you've got buns, you've got tomatoes. The tomatoes and the lettuce, you have to, basically, okay, so the meat you take over here to the grill. You have to cook that for 30 seconds. Any of the lettuce or any of the tomatoes you have to take over here to the chopping block to chop them before you put them on. And you also have to lay a plate down and then get a bun in there. Basically, go out and take the orders from the customers. Like this guy wants that stuff. Okay, so he wants meat. We're going to put the meat on there first, put down the plate. Then we're going to put down the bread, and then he wants tomatoes. Put the tomatoes on there. Get the meat, get the order exactly how he wants it. Make sure the meat is fully cooked, and then bring it out to the customer. And then you just go through this with the number of customers you have. If you have a whole lot of people in the server, then you might want to have, you're going to be dealing with a lot more customers. You might want to have one person that is like getting the plates prepped, putting all the plates down, one person that is doing nothing but cooking the meat, somebody who is making sure all of the lettuce and the tomato things are filled and ready to go, and that each person has their own thing. So if you can get into a small server and you manage to be the only one who gets in the restaurant, you'll only have to take care of about 4 customers, and then after you take care of the 4 customers, you will get the egg. Okay, so now that I've fed my last customer, I've got the feast egg, and that is how you guys do it for that one. Okay, so as soon as you spawn, you want to talk to the mayor right behind you to get the treasured cuisine egg. If you don't talk to him, then you won't start the thing, but basically he tells you that you need to set up a tent. There's 2 tents here. One of them is complete, and then one of them is not. So basically, you have to go back and forth and grab all of those dishes and make the second tent on the right side look exactly like the tent next to it. Basically, you grab one of each item, and there's a specific spot where it goes on the table. And if you need reference, just look at the tent right next to it, and that'll show you what you need to do. Then go talk to the mayor again. After you talk to him, you gotta go to the chocolate factory, so just run right across where he's facing basically, and then go to this chocolate factory and talk to Billy Bonka, and then he says that he needs Sub-Zero ice cream, so he needs like super cold ice cream. You leave the chocolate factory, you take a left, and you just go way down the road because you're looking for this pink building that is the ice cream shop. So it's just down here. See this pink building? Now talk to Isaac in there. After you talk to him, you want to make sure you grab this Sub-Zero ice. Don't grab the other ice. You have to grab the correct ice there in the corner, and then milk, and then sugar, and then whatever flavor. Push the green button, and then you've made yourself some ice cream, and you're going to go out of the ice cream shop, take a right, and head back over to Billy Bonka's chocolate factory, and then you're going to basically bring this ice cream in and put it in a little spot to try to cool down his machine. So once you've got the ice cream, you can go inside of the door after you talk to him. And once you go inside the factory, stick to the left, try to avoid the mist or those spills on the ground, or you're going to end up, I'll show you here. So basically, if you get into this where you're tipping it, you want to move your mouse away from where that thing is pointing. If the thing goes in one direction, just move your mouse, and then you can just save it. Otherwise, you're going to have to go make another ice cream cone, and then dump it in this thing, and then you don't have to worry about the mist or the spills anymore. Just go back out there, talk to Billy Bonka one more time, and then he says, go tell the mayor that everything's good to go, and then you can just hop across over here, and then talk to the mayor, and then after you talk to him, he will give you the treasured cuisine egg. Alright, it's pretty straightforward, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do, and you have to do it in a specific order in order to get that egg.